Did I ever tell you about the time I went to this trap house across the street from the church and I brought a drug dealer and a dozen of his customers to Christ? I've never told you that story before because it never happened. Let me explain. Our church has been in the community where it is for 14 years. And for 14 years, we've watched a meth lab and a distribution center for drugs operate right across the street from our building. And I have to tell you, I've hated this place. I have hated their business. I have hated the junk piled up in front of their yard that they use to camouflage their activity. I've hated the owner, the operators, and the customers who blocked our gates every single weekend of service. The church's landscaping company would often tell us that they would find dozens of needles in the shrubs just outside of the gates. And it made me hate them even more. And many times God would convict me of how I felt about them. I knew that it was wrong to feel this way. There were even times when I felt this prompting to go over and share my faith with them, but I never did. Now, one time their meth lab caught on fire and all the crackheads were running like cockroaches. I remember thinking that in my head. I was praying that the house would literally burn down, but it didn't. And they continued their business as usual until about 3 months ago when they totally shut down. And I wish I could say that it was because we had been binding demons and doing spiritual warfare, but the reality is that we don't know why they shut down. For 14 years, cars have driven down Alderson Street and they've turned left to be filled with the Holy Spirit and they turned right to be filled with something else. And then one day they were gone. The owner, gone. The customers, the junk, the drugs, all gone. The church, of course, was relieved by this, but honestly, I wasn't, and I'm still not. You see, every time I pass by that house, I'm reminded that God could possibly have been waiting for me and counting on me to be a climate changer in that situation, and all I did was act like a typical church member. You ever been there?